up, YouTube? This your boy Trucking MJ checking in. What I wanted to do with this video is originally I was gonna do a 90-day review of MBI, Mr. Bult Inc. Trucking. But upon looking at my start date, I started on March 19th. So I'm really closer to, because today is like July 8th, I believe. So really I'm 10 days away from 120 days, so 4 months. So this is going to be a 120-day, 4-month review of MBI Trucking. So, I've kind of already given, if you've been watching my videos, if you have been keeping track with everything that's been going on with the company, I like the company. I will say that. I wouldn't say that I love the company. I don't think I'll ever love a company that I don't own or have ownership in. But as far as the overall, I would like to think that this is a pretty decent gig. You know what I mean? When I first started with the company, it was a transition, of course, from OTR to local. And it was just a lot of different things that I had to get refamiliarized with just in the everyday, as far as the everyday flow, if you will. It kind of started feeling back as like a 9 to 5, kind of really is, as far as the scheduling, the flow of things, the politics, the people, just different things that you have to deal with at a regular job that I didn't necessarily have to deal with when I was an over-the-road truck driver. You didn't have to wake up at a specific time, at numerous days at a time. You know what I'm saying? Monday through Friday, set schedules, things to that nature. OTR was just kind of however your 10-hour fell, however your 11-hour or 14-hour day went. So it was a transition there. I'm not really a morning person, so I had to adjust to having to wake up every day, pretty much at 5:30, 6 o'clock, sometimes 6:30. Depending on the traffic. So it was definitely an adjustment. It was definitely something different from what I was accustomed to in trucking, that is. But I feel like I adjusted well. I started off doing trash. We had a previous manager. His name was, I ain't gonna put his name out, but he was a tough person to deal with. He really wasn't a people person. He just, the way that he did things, not even the way he did things, the way he talked to his employees would make you think that he did not have a lot of respect for the people that worked under him or with him, however you want to, word it. But since then, he has quit. He quit when we voted in the union. So he just, I guess, didn't want to deal with the responsibilities of having to manage as well as dealing with the ongoing presence of said union. So the new manager, my man Alan, definitely a cool dude, man. We have our back and forths. We have our times where it's just like, as any employee and manager was, it's just natural. It's just when you see the same people Monday through Friday, Monday through Saturday, it's just natural that you're gonna have some type of disagreement back and forth. But it's work. You know what I mean? It's nothing personal. It's business. You know what I mean? One of the things I do like also about working here is that a lot of my coworkers, or all of my coworkers, are older than me. So these are men who are 30, 40, 50 in their 60s. Here I am, 27. So it's definitely cool to not only learn different trucking, because I've learned so much trucking tips as far as like what to watch for in the truck, and like as far as pre-trips and mechanical, and like it's a lot of things that I have learned from my coworkers now, where maybe when I first started trucking or even a year into trucking driving for Swift, had I had broke down or something would have happened on the side of the road, knowing what I know now, I could have done something maybe to not fix the problem, but make it safe enough to get off the side of the road. And you know what I'm saying? Who knows? I'm just saying, I just feel like I've gained that much knowledge as far as the mechanical part of this position, whether dealing with trailers, PTOs, watching for flat tires, preventing flat tires. I feel like I've had a lot of situations happen since I've been here, and the good thing is like I said, with the coworkers and with the maintenance, they don't just come and fix it. They come and show you what it is that happened, this, that, and the third. And my thing is, I always ask, well, is there anything I could have done to prevent it? Is there anything that? And a lot of times, you just can't prevent what's gonna happen to these trucks, especially when you're in an older truck. Shit breaks down. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, breakdowns happen. That's just what it is. So you can do a thorough pre-trip for an hour and drive the truck 2 minutes and something snap. You know what I mean? Just, you know what I mean? There's nothing that can be done to those type of situations. So, but yeah, I ain't gonna linger on that part. But so, you know what I mean? I like it. You know what I mean? It's something that I don't mind doing for the next couple of years. You know, I'm thinking right now where my head is at, because again, the goal is ultimately ownership. But as you have seen on other YouTube platforms, rushing to ownership can be catastrophic. You know what I mean? That's not a shot. That's just the reality of the industry that we choose to be in. So for me, my thing is having a gig that pays as well as this gig does, as well as, you know, like a big thing about jobs that I think is underrated is when you go into work and you have a job that you necessarily don't like, or it's just whatever, you staring at the clock and it's just days go by long. With this gig, man, you just moving. I think that's just trucking in general though, but you moving, things are flowing. I'm an ass driver, so the freight never really slows down. So even if I don't do 7, if I do 6, or even if I do 5, it's constant. You know what I mean? So it's just like with a gig like this, man, it's just going to work isn't as hard as it would have been, say, if I'd have stayed doing the 9-to-5 warehouse gigs or an office job or something like that. It's just something about truck. I guess that's just trucking in general, but you know, that's how I feel about this job. You know, I feel like with the money that I make, man, to simplify, I don't have to rush to be an owner operator. I just don't. And really, if we're gonna be 100% honest, if I didn't want to be an owner operator, this would not be a bad gig to work for the next 5 to 10 years, stack my personal money and invest in some other type of business, whether it's real estate or an investment company, or, you know, opening a store, a restaurant, a bar, whatever. Because with the budget that I have set up and with the money that I'm making, I could save a great deal of money. But that's no here nor there. I'm getting off track of the video. I hate when I do that, so we're going to bring it back. At the end of the day, if you're watching this video and you are considering working for MBI Trucking, here's what I would tell you. This is not a company that you're going to come to that's going to hold your hand. This is not a company that you're going to come to where you're going to, you know, just wake up and every day is going to be the same, which there's no company like that. But what I have learned being at a local company, a smaller fleet, OTR mega carriers have handicapped us. And that's not a shot. Let me explain. When you are with a mega carrier, they have a department for everything. They have everything so sophisticated and so set up, which is why when you hear people like King D-Rod speak on being a lease op and a glorified company driver, he has no shame in it because he knows that company has his back no matter what. When you come to a smaller company, it's not so much that the company doesn't have your back, but you are just going to have to be a little bit more responsible with the things that you do. Like a lot of things that you can get away with a mega carrier, like not really pre-tripping your trailer, not pre-tripping your truck, not checking your tires. Those things weigh heavier at a smaller company. And that's what you're going to run into here at MBI. You're going to have the conversation with your manager when your tires keep going flat, or you haven't, you know what I'm saying, something is keep going on with your truck, because they're either going to ask you, why aren't you saying anything? Or, you know what I'm saying, why aren't you pre-tripping it? Whatever. So it's just, when you decide to come to these companies that require 2 years experience, it's almost like it's like growing up. It's like going from high school, which is the beginning companies, OTR, mega carriers, to going to college, if you will, because it's just going to be, like, at the end of the day, you're getting paid more. So anytime you're getting paid more, you're going to be required, more responsibility is going to be required of you. And that's just what you run into when you come, whether it's MBI, whether it's going to be excuse me, Old Dominion, whatever, any LTL company, any type of raise. And I think that's what the issue is with a lot of drivers. They want to make all this money, but they don't want to do no work. They want to make all this money, but they still want to, hold the steering wheel, be a steering wheel holder. It's not like you're not going to find no gigs like that, man. You damn sure ain't going to find that at MBI. So, not a bad company. I will say closed mouths don't get fed. I think why I make MBI sound so good. Let me be truthful in some things. A lot of things that have happened in my favor at MBI is because of me. Let's be clear. So if you are out there and you thinking that you just gonna come find a gig here and you just automatically gonna be thrown on the ash side, or you're gonna get whatever type of treatment, it's not. It doesn't happen like that. I'm not saying I get special treatment. What I'm saying is that you have to show them what you're about. And that's what I feel like I did. I came in and I showed them, look, I'm a hard worker. I'm ambitious. I'm ready to go. As soon as an ass driver position opened up, yo, what's up? Y'all need somebody over there? I started subbing in. And then next thing I know, I'm being subbed in more often than everybody else. Then next thing I know, I'm a permanent ass driver. So it's just all about, at the end of the day, man, it's all about how bad do you want it. When you come to these local gigs, 9 times out of 10, if you want to be a local driver, you're going to be a local driver for a while. You're going to be a driver for a long time. So why not give it 110% to make that situation the best fit that you can possibly have it? You're not coming to these local gigs and you're going to be lackadaisical. You're not going to be lazy. You're not going to be just dragging around. You got the hustle, man. Because I promise you, just as easy as you can be replaced OTR, these local gigs list probably even longer because there are not as many opportunities as it is with the bigger companies, and you got people wanting to come home. So that's my opinion. Like I said, I like the company, like the pay, like the way that they treat me for the most part. I ain't gonna lie. Some days I don't want to get out of bed. Some days I call out more than I should. Some days I don't want to talk to nobody at the job. I may walk around attitude, but that's just life. That's just, what I mean? That's just some days. Every day ain't gonna be rainbows and lollipops and, big checks. You're gonna get a 3-digit check every now and then because you're just gonna have a bad week. That's just how it goes. But you're gonna get those less than you would, I feel, OTR. So that's my opinion of MBI. 120 days in, 4 months. I'm hoping to more successful and productive months with them. The time seems to be flying by. Hopefully I'll look up one day and I'd have been there a year, then maybe 2 years, and then right around that 3rd year, we'll see where we at. Is we ready to make the next move, or we just gonna stay here and keep stacking? But hopefully, nothing really changes. As far as the union goes, all I know is we in collective bargaining. I haven't heard anything, so it's just wait and see. It's wait and see, But where I'm at with it, as far as the ass driver goes, I'm cool with how things are. If I'd have still been on the trash side, I may have felt a little different because, like I say, ash is a more consistent situation than hauling trash. The volume in the trash fluctuates so much, man. The beginning of the week is so slow. You may come in and do 2-3 loads, but by the end of the week, you can pop out 7 of them things. You know what I'm saying? But again, that's just how it goes as far as when you ain't opening your mouth and you ain't, hey, man, let me get over there and ash. You know what I'm saying? Just got to make the best of it, period, no matter where you go. You know what I'm saying? So, as always, stay safe, stay positive, stay productive. God Family Trucking, we gone.